Whether you're new to pool and practicing the basics, or a more experienced player performing drills to improve your shot making and positional play, the Drill Partner is perfect for you.
PremierBilliards.com. Exceptional cues, cases, and accessories from top-tier brands. Want it? Need it? Find it. PremierBilliards.com.
Michael Panozzo, good morning, sir.
Good
How are you?
morning. Good morning.
I know you're excited for this one. Lord knows I am.
Yeah.
The gloves.
Coming to you live from Germany.
Yeah, via Wisconsin and Corpus Christi, Texas, middle of nowhere, both of us. So we got a fun show in store. Emily Frazier's in the green room. In the green room, there, we're going to bring her on in just a minute. We're talking Whirlpool Masters, and we got a ton of other topics to go and discuss. We don't have a lot of time to do it though, Mike, because the show is starting in like an hour and a half. So we're not going to do much for introduction. Although she doesn't really need one. Emily, welcome back to the show once again. How are you?
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Nice socks.
Oh, there he is, Mr. 14-1.
Let's see the socks.
I don't have them on. I've got my ankle socks on right now.
Oh, yeah, you and Cheska.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a yellow card.
I was going to say, I got one around here for you. We got one here for you, yellow card.
What?
Good luck.
From Vegas, all that.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, come on, Emily. You got to know about the yellow card store. You must have known
No,
about
I
the
don't
yellow
pay
card.
attention to silly news like that.
They've got over the match room. It's red cards.
Well, since we're on this topic, since it just happened to come up at the very beginning, is there any any update on that news at all, Emily? You and WPA play nice at all in the last few weeks?
Who's that?
Ask me for the update.
Oh, WPA.
I think look, you'll just need to ask them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we will. Hopefully sooner than later.
Good luck, Jay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good luck, buddy.
I've had a bet on me at 14.
14 was pretty juicy. Emily, are you glad to see some of these? Oh, there she is.
There's the real boss.
The real star.
The real boss.
This is the reason why this arena looks sick right now. And
Yeah,
Phoebe's
good
going
job.
to give her best yeehaw. Ready?
She's ready to rent another truck in Indiana again. She's ready for Nashville.
Sorry, that was the longest intro ever.
It was pretty good though. It was pretty good. Jason mentioned the odds. Are you excited to see some of these UK books continue to pick up this sporting event and treat it with more like traditional sport?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's brilliant that we're getting some odds in and things like that. You know, it was a real grind to be able to do that, you know, last year. And, you know, we're working a lot harder just behind the scenes to get stuff like that up and rolling, because it's a massive talking point, the odds. You know, it's massive in lots of other sports. And, you know, everyone wants to get on the sofa, watch their match and sweat in the action because they got a bet on, right? So I'm pleased that it's something everyone can talk about, and it's just all about, you know, one of the things that we're working on to deliver really a true global tour.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do, you know, obviously with boxing and with snooker, you know, you've got a good reputation with them, because with a lot of these betting companies, it's the reputation of the sport and their comfort level that this sport's on the up and up before they're going to run odds. So, you know, you're not going to see them run odds on just some off the wall event in Idaho, you know, but when they can tap into something proven as you guys have done, it makes it a lot easier, right?
Exactly. And the thing is that a lot of these like bookies and these companies, they require regulations and things like that. And especially when I first came in, a lot of the comments that were coming back were, well, pool's just a bit of a crooked sport and it doesn't have that reputation. But just turning it into a professional sport, to like the arenas, the players, you know, their rankings, getting into the tournament and things like that. It's not just like you know, we're not a bunch of cowboys sort of thing, you know, just dipping in and out. It's a truly professional sport. And that was when we launched even the World Professional 9-Ball Pool Corporation. Even set with that came with a set of regulations that the players all read. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work behind it all, but it's all part of the bigger picture and the bigger story. And how exciting will it be when we get to the same status and the same level as the darts and the snooker?
Masters, are you able to hear me at all?
No.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. 14 players off of rankings. Emily, 2 wild cards. How much has this changed the way that players' attitudes are when it comes to getting invited to this sort of thing, knowing that it's based more off of merit versus maybe popularity contest like it may have been in years past?
Well, you saw the responses from Premier League Paul, because that was effectively the 8 off of the rankings and then 8 wildcards, and that's tough as it is. You know, so many players feel that they should be in an event, and it could be for all sorts of different reasons that are all justifiable in their own. But we can't invite everyone to these events, so that's why I actually prefer it that you have more off of the rankings, because you know the players can't complain. It's order of merit. Look, we still have 2 wild cards that we invite into this tournament. We're a television promoter at the end of the day, and it's about global viewership. It's about, you know, territories that we're live in. So people, I think when you see like our wild card selections, people probably understand the thought process behind it. But the players respect it more because they have their seeding into the tournament. We're trying something new this year in terms of the seeding. There's no right or wrong about it in terms of like Copenhagen, for example, because, you know, there's an argument for it on either side. Do you always seed and always invite the defending champion? Or
You have to, right? You have to.
Well, you say that, but then on the other side of things, there's the other argument of what if they've had a terrible year? And what if they...
And all of a sudden, number 14 doesn't get invited because of that.
And,
you know? So, yeah, it makes sense.
That's why there's wild cards, obviously, in this sport,
Right.
And in the events, because say, for instance, Copenhagen didn't come in off of the rankings, we would have had a wild card to put him into the event. But he's not seeded as the defending champion. The number 1 seed is the number 1 on the World 9-Ball rankings. So, look, I'm not saying that it's perfect, or I'm not saying it's the right answer, but we're trying something with it. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to present a plan and a structure to the players, saying we respect the rankings. So, you know, you travel to your different tournaments, you earn your ranking points, and that's how it is structured in the tournaments. And I think the players like it because it's just fair. It's open.
Yeah.
Well, and it gave us some pretty juicy first round matchups. So I'm not mad at you at all, you know, for that, because you know, looking at that first round, it's looking pretty spectacular. Who are the wild cards, Emily, for this tournament?
So James Aranas from Philippines.
Okay.
And then the one and only Mr. Duong from Vietnam.
Well, that made 100% sense. Both of them made 100% sense.
It makes a lot of sense, you know, especially seeing what you were posting on social media recently about some news in Manila. You know, we can't just segue, we can't just. I was fishing. I was fishing for that transition, Mike, because I had an idea. It's like I've been doing this time or two.
Dive straight in.
Why not? 10 minutes in. All right, Em, give me some news. Give me some updates. Obviously, the Reyes Cup is on everyone's mind. What can you share with us?
Why does everyone think it's Reyes Cup? Why can't it be like the Philippines?
It better be.
Or why can't we be doing the World Cup of Pool there? Or
because you posted a comment about Reyes News coming up.
Oh,
did she?
Did I actually?
That was kind of the
I didn't see that part. I wish I would have, because I would have been hammered it then.
I think sometimes I'm just so excited myself, and I just want to talk about it. Look,
we know you don't like talking about stuff before the ink is dry, but we're as excited as you are. So give us something.
All I'm going to say is that it's a lot more confirmed than what it was, you know, since we've been talking about it last year, the year before. It is imminent. this announcement, and we're just crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's. We're working really hard, obviously, with our host broadcasters, with our team on the ground, and we're just getting some little tasters for you, because we want to announce with all the correct information, and we've also got other tournaments that it's going to affect. So we also want to give you a lot of information at the same time, because there's qualification criteria and there's so much that goes with this. But I mean, it is imminent, very, very imminent. And as soon as we do get something announced, I'll be more than happy to jump on and give you all of the
I'm going to hold you to
backstage details.
So when you do announce, you'll have all the information, like, how the teams are going to be selected, what the Team Europe team is going to look like relative to last year.
Who said it's Team Europe?
Oh, look at this.
Oh!
Look at this. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. What is going on?
Well, the assumption all along, and I think it started with you guys, was that the winner of Moscone Cup would get to play Team Asia. But maybe that's changed. So, but all that information will be all in a nice big box, packaged and tied up with a bow when you announce it.
Now that would be your Christmas present, wouldn't it, Mike? But
it would.
I don't think that's going to be the case. We're going to try and get as much information as possible. But what I'll do is basically anything we've not covered in the press release or videos or anything like that, I'll jump on and you just fire questions at me. And I can just say, don't know yet, or no, this is the crack, if you want me to,
okay,
explain anything.
Because we'll want to know things like, playing captains or regular captains. I want to know if I want to know if Reyes is playing.
We want to know if he's going to be in the building. That's what we want to know.
You know what? I am thinking, I'm like, so who would be the captain for that? Do you know what I mean? Like, who would you have as captain for the two teams?
It'd have to be Efren. I mean, it just has to be.
Well, you would think that.
Yeah.
But
at least for the first year. But there's always a but.
So much. I'm not saying anymore.
Well, all of this is on the excitement of the Moscone Cup. The scoreline wasn't necessarily the best, but I'll tell you, Emily, my phone has been blowing up over the last 2 months. When are tickets going on sale? How can I get tickets? Especially after the announcement of Orlando being the destination. How can fans and when can fans expect to have Moscone Cup tickets available to purchase?
I believe that our on sale date is around May the 8th. So we should be in a position next week to be able to announce, if you're a Matchroom Pool Club subscriber, this is your tickets on sale date. We'll be showing what the arena is. We'll be showing what the hospitality packages are. I must say the team have been working really hard on the hospitality packages. We've really stepped it up a notch for this year in terms of what you get and value for money. So we're really excited about that. We've been looking at the arena capacity. We've been looking at the setup, the sofas. So the reason why it's taken so long is that we were actually looking into changing a few things to try and bring in some more ticketing sort of options. But we're going to go still the same lines of how we were in Vegas, not last year, the year before. So we're hoping around May the 8th, but before that, and it should be from next week, everyone will get a full, what these are the ticket prices. This is for group ticketing. You call this number, etc., etc.
I don't know why people think I'm a Matchroom Moscone Cup ticket broker, but my phone has just been going nonstop. Mike, what do you got for me, buddy?
I think you should buy a block of tickets and sell them on the secondary market.
I've done it before. I've done it. I'm not above doing it again. I'll tell you that. No, no, but it is very. I was real surprised, to be honest with you, because of the scoreline last year. But the enthusiasm and passion of the American fans has not wavered any. I mean, it's nuts. I got a guy wanted to buy 40 tickets. A couple people wanted to buy 10 and 20 tickets a piece. They're looking forward to it, and it's
if
April.
You're a fan as well, if you're a fan and you saw Skylar Woodward's Facebook post, how motivated are you as a USA fan going, I want to come and watch that in person?
Yeah.
I read that thinking, oh, Skylar was I knew he was a great pick, but fuck, Skylar is a great pick. Like, I read that, and
you
can tell he just things needed to sink in a little bit for him. But I knew this was the Skylar that we were going to produce from this announcement, because you know what he's like behind the scenes. You know what he's like as a person. He's motivated. He doesn't want to lose, and he's going to drive the team. And when I saw that, and he kind of like obviously settled down, and he's, you know, thought that whole post out, you know, like Skylar's a man of few words sort of thing when it comes to like social media kind of thing. He's thought all of that out, and he's actually sees this as a real challenge and something exciting. Oh, fuck off.
It's not a major, that Pillock. Panazzo on this show said it's not a major.
He did say that, Throw him under the bus. Throw him under the bus.
The third major.
It's not a major.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said the world.
I'm just going to hang up. He said it's not a major. That's from Michael Panozzo of Bitters Digest. Not a major, Emily.
Mike, what? Tell me your reasoning.
It goes into your definition of a major. If you're in a major sport.
Whose definition? A Mike Panozzo definition.
It's whoever's wants to be. Nobody determines what it is. I mean, in golf, you've got your majors, right? Okay, a 16-player single elimination tournament would never be considered a major.
I love the way the show turned. I love it.
If you want to win a major, it's got to be a tournament that everybody's in, and it's a legitimate process, double elimination, single, long races, whatever it is.
But it is a legitimate process because they all have to qualify. Because they have to qualify through
invitational. An invitational cannot be a major.
It's from the rankings. It's not the 16 players. Look,
we got 16 of the best players are meeting in Germany. By the way, how's the support been from those people who have helped put on the event, Emily, the promoters and those out there?
People in Germany?
How welcoming have they been for you guys?
Don't change the subject.
I'm trying to let my man off the hook because he's drowning over there. He's absolutely drowning.
I've made the same argument for a million years. If golf had a 16-player golf tournament with the top 16 players, it would never be considered a major. Period.
But it doesn't matter about the other sports.
A major?
Doesn't matter about the other sports. It's about how tough this event is to win. How the players have qualified into this because of the top 14 off the ranking. Oh, okay, well, Mike, you come out here and try and play on this table with these tight pockets and watch your arsehole go when you try and do it. 100% is one of those top. He's one of the top.
Who's excited for the World Pool Match to begin? It starts in about an hour and a half's time, and I know I'm excited. You got just a ton of great players that are meeting out there. No, but all jokes aside,
Mike, you know I'm only joking.
No,
and I know you're only joking about not calling it a major. So we'll agree on that, yeah?
Well, yeah, Mike's internet cut off there. No, it's been a pretty great buzz leading up to. I don't even know where I'm at. I'm just lost right now.
Did you see Raymond's comment? You have to like Kyle doing the drive-by hand grenade.
Just throwing Mike under the bus there.
He just kind of threw a grenade in there and walked off.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
Sorry.
All right, Emily. So the action kicks off today. We're having 3 matches to start off the session, and I'm noticing that the races are extended, right? Because before it used to be race to 7. Is that how it was prior to?
Yeah, because you lot all fucking complain all the time.
We did.
The races aren't long enough.
We did.
Single elimination.
For sure. 100% we did. Yeah.
No, I'm joking, but we've got a longer race too because again, it's a major event, and we have to make sure that the first round it's proper. All of our open tournaments, the first round are race to 9 as well. So we're trying to be consistent across our tournaments. We've changed, we added, I think, another session and some timings to obviously make sure we can get the race to 9s in. And we just wanted, you got people like James Aranas, who's flown all the way from the Philippines to be here for a first round event, and it should be race to 9. When you qualify for the World Pool Masters, you're guaranteed prize money, obviously for being here, but it's got to be a tasty lineup. And I mean, I was just talking earlier, I was thinking I've got so much work I need to do. So I need to go up to the event office and crack on with it. And I was trying to think of a match that's on tonight that I could do that during. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, what's match one?
They're all pretty solid, especially
And then I
that
was like,
first
match
one.
2, Max versus Albin. I was like, nope. And then last one is Jason and Yap. And I'm like, nope, no work for me tonight. I'm just going to be sat watching the pool. So, but I think that's what's really brilliant, obviously, about inviting the top and, you know, the top in the world. It's every match is tasty as hell. And, you know, you're sitting there going, cool, you don't know who might win each match. So I'm really excited. I feel like I know we had Premier League pool earlier this year, but this is our first one of the year of, you know, the proper setup. We've got walk-ins, we've got a presenter. We've got a new presenter for this show as well, Di Stewart. She does a lot of golf and tennis with Sky Sports. So she's like really excited for it. And we've just finished some rehearsals. The crew have all gone for some dinner and we're starting in just over an hour.
So you have what's the seating capacity in there for this? And how have you been doing with getting tickets?
It's surprisingly, it's like not as good as like the European Open final. Like I think European Open finals like sold out in Fulda. It's been a bit slower than European Open here, but so much better than UK sales. So moving this out of the UK to here was 100% the best decision to do. So we've got you'll see there's like a lower tier capacity.
Right.
Yeah.
And then up there,
That's
you
beautiful.
can see there's like an upper tier.
Oh, okay.
There's basically it's all seats up here. So we can definitely get like a good 800 in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
So I think the last Sunday will be really good. So it'll be nice and full.
Good.
You mentioned having consistency in tournaments, Emily, and I'm coming back from Philadelphia where there was a little bit of griping from some of the players for some of the inconsistencies out there. And so I want to ask you about that briefly. Racking when it comes to the World 9-Ball Tour events that you guys are putting your stamp on.
Yeah.
They were using a triangle. You had losers playing losers up until the final. You know, are these things that are going to be looked at with you guys going forward?
Yeah, and it's like the thing is, it's not like we signed that event off not knowing what the situation was.
Right.
You know, I try and explain to some of the players who obviously are frustrated at certain things, and I like to pick up the phone and explain it to them. Because something like Super Billiards Expo is an event that's been running for years. It's very hard for a promoter and an organizer to all of a sudden change all of their rules just because some birds come in and said, look, we got to be consistent across the World 9-Ball Tour.
It's fair.
And you got to change everything. But then there's the other side of it. You know, if they want to join the tour, then they have to be consistent. They have to follow our rules. But again, we're not 10 years down the line. We're really still early doors. And like a lot of promoters, they turn around and they email us in and they say, we want to follow the World 9-Ball Tour regulations because we believe that is the right rules. Whereas some others, kind of stick in their ways. You know, I'm very hard-headed. If I believe that what I think is right, then I'll...
You, Em?
At least I admit my faults. So, it's not a fault. It's definitely it's a good thing. But look, we stick with it and we believe it's the right thing. But sometimes, look, we're not a dictatorship. I don't believe in that. If I'm happy with setting a balance and I'm happy with bringing an organizer in and I want them to see the benefits of joining the World 9-Ball Tour, because 9 times out of 10 they see the benefit and they want to join the year after. Now, there are situations where organisers have joined and just rehearsing the DJ, where they've joined and we say to them, no, if you don't follow the rules, then that's it. Next year's not a thing, and then they're off. So I like to trial it year one. I don't want us to be a dictatorship at the end of the day. So I understand we are trying to promote consistency, but I would also argue, look at the situation that we're at now as we were 2 years ago. We had all of the events basically not following any of the rules. Now we're kind of like 80%. So look at how much we've improved from the last couple of years. So I'm not ignoring it. I completely agree with the players' comments. You know, we do use a triangle rack for the Moscone Cup. So it's not totally different, but it's an open tournament. It's a ranking event. They should be using template. Like they should be. It's good for the tournament.
Yeah.
This event just shows you guys are still listening to players. Going from 7 to 9, and just it's a constant evolution. What you guys have going on out there? What do you got, Mike?
Well, no, I would say it's about promoters and it's about the tour and things like that. But like I said too, it's also about listening to the players, because I empathize with the players who went to Philadelphia, spent their money to chase WNT points, and then get there and find themselves in a gaffy tournament. They expect to be protected.
I understand.
If they're going to make this investment of time and money, they're not wrong to expect to be protected. And I know at some point, it's a process and it takes some time, but it seems like it's starting to move so quickly now and so far forward that probably sooner than later, you're going to kind of have to get into this decision-making step, right?
I completely agree with you, and I think you're totally right that the players should be protected. They follow the tour, and they go to each of these events, knowing that it's a racing event, and they look to us to protect them and ensure that all the rules and regulations are there. So all I would say is that won't be the case next year. Yeah. So the next time that event wants to be on the calendar, they have to change their rules. That's what I'm saying.
Right, that's got to get to that point.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was the first year that they were part of it. So let's give them the opportunity to experience the World Nine Ball Tour, because now they can see the benefits of joining. And look, at the end of the day, this tour is going to be too big to allow for every tournament. So there's going to be a point where promoters are going to have to up their prize money. They're going to have to fall in line with the rules and regulations. Otherwise, they're going to get left behind. So this tour is just going to be too big, and there's not going to be enough weeks in the year for everyone to come on, and they're going to have to fall in line. But I just don't believe in telling them straight away, you have to do this, because we do say it. We do say, look, these are our rules and regulations, and they have their own reasons why. And okay, fair enough. Like, I don't want to have to try and change years of history, or I've learnt my lesson from changing the ball colours. I don't want to come in and just go and change something.
we weren't going to bring that up, but
I thought we moved past the orange. I thought we moved past it already. Did we not?
We have kind of moved past.
I haven't seen a fireball comment on Facebook in at least 2 months. At a minimum, 2 months. Emily, you mentioned the players and the consistency. There he is, world number 1. Defending world 9-ball champion. It's a good segue right there. World 9-ball champion. It's the second time you've seen a lot of those guys since the announcement of Saudi. How excited are the players for the $1 million prize purse coming up here in a couple months?
I mean, there's just a buzz with the players at the moment. Like in the practice, they're like, the venue's really cool. Like, I've just seen Catchy, and he showed me his scar. It's like, it's insane. And all the players are like Catchy's just said, it's been like 11, 12 months since I played in a matchroom event. I went, are you fucking excited? And he's like, yeah, I can't wait to get out there. And he's just like, and then as he said that, Jason's turned around and gone, oh, I can't wait to get out there. Like, they're all excited. And I see that in the players, and that makes me so happy. Like, I genuinely, it sounds really sad, but I've actually really missed them, really missed the players. Look, I like doing the snooker events.
It's one of us.
But they're a different kettle of fish, these guys. And I've been talking about the World 9-ball Tour a lot, like obviously on my travels, and we're working with new partners and things like that, and just talking about the tour and the players that we've got. It's so humble, and they're genuinely excited for these events, and they're grateful to be here. And they just, we're talking about Saudi, talking about the World Championship. I'm flying out there when I get back from here, just obviously more meetings. It's going to be such a big event, honestly.
Well, how excited are you? How excited are you to watch it when it gets down to the final 4 and watch those elbows start to shake on every shot? It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be like, everyone's going to feel it in that arena. And then, no, should I say this or not?
Yeah, of course, always.
So Aliushis was on the table back in practice, and he's like, shot the 9 in, straight in. And I went, Reyes Cup, you got no chance of making that shit in that arena. He goes, I know.
Oh, I wish I would have had a camera on for that moment.
Because it's like, it's the pressure. It's like, you know, that's where
Yeah.
the Moscone players are used to that. They understand, like, they know what to walk into.
That's what's going to separate them for sure. That experience. Yeah.
It is. And it's going to be it's going to be brilliant. But even like the World Championship, every player, like that World Championship, I know we've spoken about prize money, we've spoken about rankings, but Mike, what you've just said there about you get to the final 4 and elbows are going, for that person from semi-finals getting into the final and winning the tournament, to do that takes some remarkable fucking player. Like, remarkable player. And they deserve to be in those invitationals and things like that. And the arena setup is going to be spectacular, like spectacular. The sort of plans we're thinking, like Will, who works with us on our staging, when we were out there and we were looking at the floor plan, we're sitting in the venue, we're like, let's try this, let's put this here. Oh yeah, and we can do like walk-ins from here, because it's new for us, and the players, they'll walk out to that how they feel at Moscone Cup. So it's going to be really incredible.
It's got to be exciting for you too, because now every time you go into these events or these venues or speak with it, it's thinking bigger and making bigger and doing bigger all the time. You know, the World Championship
has grown
spectacular. Before you were in the Philippines, you were in Hanoi. You know, after last year, the momentum from last year, you know, sights have to be set even higher for this year. That part of it, that kind of building part of it from, I mean, you guys love your arenas and your setups and your walk-ins. It's got to be like kid in a candy store at these venues now.
Yeah, like I'm getting annoyed at the moment because 2025 arena for the Moscone Cup, they can't make it bigger. And I'm like, no, that's not a good enough answer. I want to go bigger. Yeah, we need to go bigger. Like,
we have to go to the O2.
Bigger. So it's all about, look, we don't get, complacency is something that doesn't exist in Matchroom. We never get complacent. If it happens, it lasts for 1 minute and someone gets a foot up their arse and then that's it. But that's why we've got such a unique, incredible team to deliver these events, because it's all different ideas that are coming in. Because everything should be like, when I was even looking around in Hanoi, we were looking at how we can, you know, utilize that arena so we can get more fans in. It can be shown, you know, those 3,000 fans can be shown on the broadcast and things like that. We're constantly thinking bigger. And listen, this world tour is going to be something different. And I know I say it every year, but I mean, I've backed myself up every year. It does improve, it does change. But later in this second half of this year, in the next couple of months, it's going to be something. It's just going to change.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You know, you guys talked about it at the beginning and took a lot of shit, especially online, as the early days were coming for you guys, starting to take on 9-ball more than just a couple of events. And so, you know, this year in particular is just showing you guys meant business. So I know Mike's got to take off, and I know you got things to do as well, Emily. So when are you going to announce the Reyes Cup again?
I didn't say it was Reyes Cup. It could be the Philippines Open.
Next week before the UK Open, come on.
Look, we're really busy with the Whirlpool Masters at the moment. So if everyone can just enjoy the Whirlpool Masters,
we will.
I'm sure that we'll get some stuff out next week, coupled with obviously some Moscone Cup arena plans and stuff next week. So just wait one more week.
Don't get too
a little bit of patience for one more week.
Don't get too far with Moscone Cup plans before I talk to my girl Phoebe.
There you go. Mike, you got anything else, buddy? Because I know you got to get on out of here as well.
No. This has been great. I'm excited for the World Pool Masters. And then after that, I got my calendar on the wall. It's got all the secret dates on it. You got the UK Open coming right up on the heels of that. So
I know.
The Scottish Open between there to wet people's whistles. So, the cart's starting to move at a brisker pace from this point on through the rest of the year. It's going to be exciting.
Listen, no one's going to be able to breathe now in between these events. I've said to the
Seriously.
team, remember, none of us have lives outside of this job. It's event to event, and we might just squeeze another brand new event in the mix. It's all about being dynamic, new events to the table. It's just going to be non-stop from now on. Like the players, they've got a full tour now. They got a full tour to work from and to earn some proper decent money. And it's just onwards and upwards every day. We're just looking at new things, and it's pretty incredible.
Who's your pick to be in the final, Emily, for the World Pool Masters?
I ain't got a bloody Scooby, I'm not going to lie. And look round the banners. Do you know what? Max Lettner is sporting a brand new beard and goatee. I must say, it's very different.
He's going Marit's mustache on us, huh?
No,
he's
I
a lock
told him
then.
I think
he's
he
a
looks
lock.
brilliant. I think he looks brilliant. It's
How about Aloysius Yep, who you seem to have leaked out is going to be on the Reyes Cup?
There you go, Mike. There you go. That's why I love you, buddy.
I didn't leak nothing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who's here. We've got Fedor, Fran, Copen Chung, David Alcady.
Yeah. Pick your co.
I'm not asking for a winner. Just let me. Just who do you think's going to be in the final?
I don't bloody know. It's a good lineup, though, isn't it? I'm just looking around at all the banners. I'm going to say Catchy because he's standing right here.
There you go. Now my pick was Kachi and Yap for the final. Those were my picks. Mike took the gentleman on your shoulder over there, Little Co, I think.
Little Co.
Yeah.
I've got to go because Catch needs to speak to me.
All right, we got to run anyway. Mike's got to take off.
Okay.
Emily, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. The show starts in an hour, and you guys enjoy.
In an hour, watch the major. Whirlpool Masters.